There it is once again. And only 2 days after the last episode, the sweet, sweet sound of another episode of Social Distance Drinking Club. This time, it's episode 3 of Beat the Boredom. 2.5 was a lot of fun. My mac and cheese was killer.
It was good.
It was good. It was a good time. For sure. I am super excited for today. Our dear friend, Chef Stephen Jones of the Larder and Delta is here. And I'll let you ask him yourself, but I have a feeling you're not going to learn anything about hot chicken. That being said, I'm very excited. Salmon, Panzanella salad coming up. But first and foremost, you are joining us on the Social Distance Drinking Club. Please tell us, what are you drinking? Adam Ledford, what do you got?
It's the Oregon Lots.
Oh, man. The Oregon Lots has made way too many appearances.
You know, as long as they keep selling it, it's going to keep making appearances because it's one of the best double IPAs in the whole damn state.
Oh, I love it. Adam Green. Hey, buddy.
Hi.
Thanks for joining.
Run a house together to start my evening and enjoy the. Yeah.
Enjoy freezing, apparently.
Yeah, it happens.
Oh, man. Sweet. Guys, tell us in the comments what you're drinking. We want to know what you're having as well. And Barry, of course, what are you drinking, buddy?
I've got one of my Stay Home Wally, the fresh triple IPA from Wren House, which is delightful.
Delightful. And our dear friend, Chef Stephen Jones, is here. Chef, we got 2 cameras to show you off here. Chef, what are you?
I keep it local. Little rosé, a little Dos Cabezas pink.
Nice.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, it's right out of the can too. Show us the can here on this camera real quick.
You gotta go to the can, right?
Nice.
Vanna.
Very nice. Well, without further ado, I'll let you briefly introduce yourself, talk about the absolutely fantastic restaurant that is the Larder and Delta, and tell us what we're making today. And guys, if you haven't answered yet, there are a few dozen of you watching right now live. Tell us what you're drinking. We got to know.
Thank you. You know what I mean? Welcome everybody. Hope everyone's staying safe and just kind of chilling out, staying at home, having a good time. The restaurant, you know what I mean? It's something that kind of some small kind of like homey place that I really wanted to design, just kind of to do the food that I've been wanting to do. And we've been fortunate enough to, have a good time doing it. Meet a lot of new friends, some old friends, and just, cooking good food. That's really all we kind of do. We literally take what is grown very close to us locally and just kind of honestly really do nothing to it. And it's been working so far, I think. But today, we have a really cool salad that is around my house. We eat it a lot. We eat Panzanella salad a lot in many different forms. As you see, as we work our way through it, you'll notice that I may offer suggestions to do it 8 different ways, vegetarian or any other kind of way you want to do it. It's so versatile, and with the weather that we're experiencing right now, it's perfect. And who doesn't always have bread? Like literally, Panzanella salad, it literally means cornbread salad. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that, right? And you just add a bunch of shit to it and have a good time. You know what I mean? It's literally the possibilities are endless. I've had this version of this salad multiple different ways, easily at least 10, 15 times, different ways. So how about we just jump right into it? Everyone ready?
I love it. And we want to see what your Mise is looking like down there. So I'll cut over to the shot.
All right. So simple. So Panzanella salad, as I said, simple, basic bread salad. Any Panzanella will always has to consist of shallot, whatever kind of bread you want to add. It can be any kind of bread. It can be all sourdough. You can use white bread. You want to use Wonder Bread, go use Wonder Bread. You can use all those kind of different things. But so it's shallot, it's a tomato product, and it's the bread itself, and it's sherry vinegar. You'll see it a couple different ways. I've actually done it a few different ways myself. We've done stone fruit panzanellas. We've done melon panzanellas. We've done it various different ways, with cheese, with not cheese. But today we're going to do this with a little bit of roasted salmon, some torn herbs, tomatoes, cucumber, a little bit of lemon zest for our herb vinaigrette, a little bit of red pepper flake, chili flake. We all have, everyone has it, and cherry vinegar, extra virgin olive oil. and it's that simple. A little bit of garlic, and it's that simple. It's one of those things that it takes nothing really to do, and we all have these ingredients. That's kind of fun, right? Like what I've been like a lot of my focusing on since this whole downtime is like cooking with things that like other people wouldn't do. Like everyone always like laughed. Like when the pandemic hit, everyone was staying home. Everyone was like, okay, chefs are just cooking everything in their pantries, doing they're making all these crazy meals out of a can of beans. But it's literally there's always something to make in your pantry, your refrigerator, and that's what we're doing with this here.
Hey,
so
Chef,
first,
what's the craziest thing you have cooked during this this lockdown quarantine? I'm going to ask everybody that question too. Is there anything you just off the wall?
I mean, I wouldn't say off the wall crazy, but I was getting antsy, and just kind of like antsy for technique and having fun and still learning and experiencing different things with food. So on just a random, I think it was like a Thursday or maybe I think it was a Thursday night. I literally, me and my son, hung a couple chickens, like architectural style, like straight up Francis Mallman, and off one of my grills in my backyard on a Thursday night. For why? No damn reason. But you know what? We got time. I got nothing but time. So took a simple project of a roasted chicken, and it turned into this 2.5 hour project. But why not? Right?
Why not? And you've got people watching right now. They're going to follow along. Brett Berry, who is with us, my dear friend Brett, he's going to be cooking in his kitchen. So Brett will pop in and out. He's got a big knife, so he's ready for something.
We all get big knives. Let's go.
All right, Chef, take it away.
Let's do this. So first things first. Okay, the bread salad itself. The first thing that you want to do is just take your pan, put it on a medium to low heat. You can go a dry toast, or you can put a little bit of oil in it. It's totally up to you. Everyone has their preference. It doesn't really matter. You want to toast your bread. I kind of went ahead a little bit and already toasted the bread a little bit. So you just want to light toast on it. You want to dry it out. Ideally, the bread that you use for the salad is day-old bread. And you'll see as we work through the rehydration process that happens from the tomatoes when we season them with salt, as well as the vinegar and the olive oil. All right. So everyone just go ahead and get your bread toasted real quick. Again, this won't take too long. You don't want to try and roast it, or you don't want any color. You're not trying to burn the house down. None of those things. It's a simple low toast on the burner. Couple seconds each side. Just so you feel it, and use your hands. Like cooking. Use all your senses when you're cooking. So give it a little touch. You get that little bit of crispness on the outside. Just pull it off, and you're good to go. That's not going to take too long.
It's a real quick toast.
It's a very, very light toast. It's a very, very light toast. You're literally just trying to get the outside of the bread crispy.
Perfect. You've got people joining you on the wine train, by the way.
On the wine train? Gotta that wine train.
Andreas Lopez Lucio says, Frank Family 2017 Chardonnay. That should go well with salmon.
And Pinky's out. It'll be perfect.
And Pinky's out, of course.
It'll be perfect.
Yep. We got some people drinking some Crush Craft cider. Thank you, Jeff. Tracy's drinking some Modern Times Fruitlands, some rosé sour. Good stuff. Good
stuff. All right. So I hope everyone has gotten their bread a little toasty. Pull it right up. And again, you can work with it still a little bit warm. Don't worry about it, because the bread will sit in the bowl for quite a while as we work through this. So don't worry about it. All right. So question, everybody: crust person or not crust person?
Ooh,
I know we're all not 5, but you know what I mean? This is my daily. I have a 5-year-old at home, so this is my daily conversation.
I do want to know.
I want to know this.
We do have our friend Caitlin is making it with gluten-free.
My boy Simmons. Classics. All right. So again, traditionally, you would just take a loaf of bread and just tear this thing. Again, we're just going to cut this up. Don't worry about the sizes. Feel free to just kind of cut it up and keep it rustic. It's like very, very critical that you keep it rustic. Nothing too perfect. So a couple just cuts. Make them some big. Make some random cuts. Doesn't matter. just kind of go at it. You know what I mean? Take the whole loaf and just go at it. And you want to keep all pieces mouth size. A real good chef friend of mine once told me that nothing ever on a plate should be bigger than fit in a woman's mouth. I won't. He's a very famous chef currently now too, so I won't tell you who he was. But you know what? I've always kept that with me, and that's in the restaurants. That's how we operate with things, and no one wants to have shit spilled all over their clothes. So
it's funny.
Again,
We seem to have a common theme of every time we cook, there's at least 3 or 4 sneaky cooking euphemisms that make their way into the show.
it's cooking, right? I mean, I think that's cooking. Imagine one Thanksgiving or anytime you're cooking with your friends and family where that didn't happen.
It's true.
Again, so just a bunch of rustic sizes, nothing too crazy. As you all can see, I kind of just, really rough cut it up. If you want to tear it, feel free to tear it as well. That'd be actually really cool, a lot better than what I just did. But it is what it is. And we're gonna take our bread. I'm not gonna use all of mine. I have a little bit more than all you. And just like that. And if you notice, we haven't started the fish yet, because why? The fish will be the last thing we do because it's so simple. So we're gonna take that bread over there. Tomato time. Okay. Now, tomatoes, everyone has their pluses and minuses on tomatoes, how they feel about tomatoes, but I absolutely love tomatoes. And because we are using smaller tomatoes on them, you will be using a little bit more of them. But again, with these, cut them in fun size shapes. Like, again, you want to keep the size of your tomatoes though, no bigger than the bread itself. So always just kind of go across the equator, do some fun stuff like that. A couple fun cuts. The little guys like so. You can see, we're doing some interesting cuts. If y'all can't see, right? It is what it is. Even though the camera wasn't there, but you get it.
So I want to take a quick look at Brett Berry over there. He's got some tomatoes he's chopping. Brett, how's everything looking over on your side?
Looking good. I got tomatoes from my garden, so freshly picked.
Very
I'm
nice.
chopping them up right now. Feeling pretty good about it. Pretty excited about it.
Good stuff.
All right. So I took this was about 10, 12 tomatoes for me. And again, we're going to load this bowl up, let them hang out. And at this point, we're going to actually season, take a little bit of salt. And you don't want to go too crazy because we're going to season it probably 2-3 more times. So you just want a little bit of salt, just enough salt to pull some of that moisture out of the tomatoes. Again, you're not trying to season it, a final season. All you're trying to do is just use a little bit of that salt to pull some of that moisture out. Give them a little shimmy, a little shake, and just set it aside and forget about it.
Our dear friend Bobby Kramer, by the way, has joined us backstage. I want to say hello to him quick before we start chopping up some cucumbers.
Bobby Kramer, what's up, dude?
What's up, bud?
And you're
What's going on?
joined with our very good friend, NFL offensive lineman Earl Watford.
There he is. There he is. Got the pros. Bobby bringing the pros out.
You guys don't look like you're cooking over there, man. What's going on?
Actually, our boys in the kitchen are going right now. They're following along. So we got 3 of them back there right now going. And as soon as we get to some exciting stuff, I can post it over. Yeah.
Wait, as soon as we get to some exciting stuff. All right, let's get to some exciting stuff. We're going to have to
It's not you, it's them.
Honestly, they're just lollygagging, chef. Like,
lollygagging in the kitchen. There's no lollygagging in the kitchen. All kind of shows going on over there. All right. So, what was he saying? All right, cucumber. We're going to take a cucumber and just go straight in half.
Come back to you, Bobby.
Cucumber straight in half. And we're going to take this cucumber, and you're going to work with one side of the cucumber right now. We're going to take that cucumber, the half of the cucumber, cut that half in half. Okay, set that aside. We're going to come back to it. All right. Then we're going to take the half of the half, and we're just going to come straight across the equator, just like so. Again, rustic salad, not a problem. We're going to get rid of this tail piece. And you're going to take this, and all you're going to do is you're going to medium dice this up. Okay? And again, nothing too crazy. Nothing, just gonna go quick little medium dice, and then you're done. Set it aside, just like so. Again, this salad is all about texture, So this is gonna create obviously the crunch, and then we're gonna come back to the other half that we were working with, the other half, I guess, even quarter. And we're gonna get real thin slices on this. You want to try and go as thin as you can on the slices. All right. Very careful not to cut yourself. Tuck them. And again, we're just gonna go thin slices on this, and you'll see why in a little bit.
Steven, you say rustic, but all your cuts look absolutely perfect, man. It's not fair.
I've done it a couple, 2-3 times. That's all. You know what I mean? That's all it is. All right. You get them all cut. Simple put. We're going to add them right to our salad. Again, remember, you've added that salt already to there. So, again, the long as those sit, they're going to pull moisture. Cucumber, tomatoes, watermelon, things like that are filled with a lot of water themselves. So when you add salt to it, it's going to pull all that moisture out, and that's what we want with this. We want to rehydrate that bread with those juices. That is what we want to do. All right, so we're going to pull out our front shallot. All right, so shallot, however you want to call it, it's an onion. You're going to take this guy and we're just going to roll this guy. We're going to go across it thin, much like we did the cucumber. Again, thin as you can go on it. All right, so thin as you can go on it, pretty thin, cool. All right, so a cool thing that you can do with this that I'm going to do. Shallots, most onions, tend to be very, 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 astringent all in your face. You want to get rid of that. A little restaurant trick. What we do in the restaurants, we take them, we put them in a bowl, and we rinse them in cold water. What that is you're rinsing off some of the sulfur on it, and it takes away that bite. And then you're left with that clean onion. And then shallots, they tend to be, they're not as sweet as a sweet onion, but they're a little bit earthy. There's a little bit of almost kind of like a brininess to it. And I'm going to rinse these off. You go rinse them off. We're going to meet right back here, and we're going to drink some more.
Perfect. We'll check in with our boys while we do that real quick. Gentlemen, Adam Ledford, Brett Berry. Comments are looking exciting. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. And guys, if you have any questions for Chef, ask him now. If you have a question about technique or what he's doing, put it in the comments. Brett, how are you looking over there?
I feel like I'm looking pretty good so far. Got all my.
Ooh, look at that.
Started.
Sexy.
Yeah.
Got my shallot rinsed off with the cold water.
Well,
pretty good. There you go, Chef. I don't know if you saw it.
You should ask him if we should use this or like the balsamic vinegar.
I hear a question from Ellie in the background.
Good question too.
Here you go, Chef. Should we for planning ahead? Should we use this or like a balsamic vinegar?
I mean, sherry vinegar is always the choice you can use, but honestly, you can use any vinegar that you feel comfortable with. I've done it with apple cider and peaches, and that's phenomenal as well. But traditionally, it's always sherry. But again, if you don't like sherry vinegar because it's either too sweet or not your cup of tea, you want to use red wine, go with red wine.
That's what that was.
All right.
Chef, I've heard rice vinegar also makes a fairly good substitute for sherry vinegar if you don't have any laying around.
It does. And not a lot of people are familiar with rice vinegar or even where to find it, but it's pretty out there. But again, be careful which rice vinegar that you buy. You want to buy the unseasoned rice vinegar. If you buy the seasoned rice vinegar, you're going to get a sweet vinegar as if you're making sushi rice.
Ah, gotcha.
Good to know. Looking in the comments, I think all sliced and diced cucumbers in the bowl is one of the questions we're getting asked here, Chef.
Yep. Put them all in the bowl. We want different textures, different sizes. We want to go with a rustic salad.
Nice. And there are, like I said, a handful of people making this gluten-free. There's also our friend Caitlin here says she's using her own vinegar made from kombucha and grapefruit.
Ooh, you fancy, huh? Oh, you fancy. Huh?
I love it. All right. What's our next step, Chef?
All right, everyone. So let's dive back in this thing. So now we have our cucumber, we have our toasted bread, as well as our tomato. We're gonna add our shallot, and again, just gonna take the shallot as rinsed off. Just gonna make it rain. Again, everything we're gonna be doing is rustic, and how much you put in is solely up to you, and you're comfortable, and you're comfortable with onion. A lot of people aren't comfortable with onion, whether it be the breath, whether it be the texture, whether it be the astringency of it. It's up to you. Add as much as you want, but it definitely needs to be there. You will see as we progress. All right, so cool. So now what we want to do now is we're gonna take our fish, our salmon, and what we're gonna do with the salmon, we're just gonna give it a little love. White pepper. So we're here at the restaurant. We use a combination of white pepper and black pepper. There's a lot of different reasons for that, but we use it here, and we're just gonna go and season this guy. Skin side up, flip it over, just like that. Like my man Emerald said, you know what I mean? Season on both sides, my man. Season on both sides.
Season on both sides. Rules to live by.
Rules to live by. Rules to live by.
So right now, that's just salt. That's just black pepper and white pepper blend. Is there salt in there as well?
And there is salt, and yeah. Again, that's white pepper and black pepper blend. You don't have to do the white pepper and black pepper blend. It's just something that we had here at the restaurant, and I wasn't going to grind any more pepper. And a little bit of salt, and then we're going to let that sit.
Hey, Chef.
Okay? Yeah.
One of our comments says they have 2 shallot chunks, both sliced for the salad. Okay.
If you're comfortable with that, go for it. That's a lot of shallot. I would just use one of them. That would be my recommendation. But again, if you like shallot, dive in, go in on it.
Another question, Chef. Caitlin is asking: are we supposed to put the bread in already?
Yeah, bread was the first thing to go in.
Yep, and you want, like you said, you want that to soak up the juices from.
Yeah. There's a reason why. So again, going back to that, and what we did was in the bowl itself, we have the tomatoes, we have the cucumber, we have the shallot, and we have the bread, and we also have salt. We went ahead and seasoned this the first time too, to bring out those the actual water from the cucumber and the tomato, the liquid, to help us in the end to rehydrate the bread.
Perfect. So right now the salmon is resting, right?
The salmon is just resting, right? We're seasoning. We're treating it like a piece of meat right now. This is what you would do to a steak traditionally. Like if you're grilling a piece of steak at the house or whatever, before you get to grilling it, you want to 15 to 12 minutes ahead of time. You want to give it the old season and let it sit. What that does is that ensures an equal cooking temperature from the outside to the center, meaning that the center of the steak is the same temperature as the outside, so you don't get an uneven cook on it. Not to mention, if it's depending on what size of the steak that you're cooking, it'll help the seasoning penetrate the meat. The same thing with salmon, and salmon is a fattier fish, so the longer we let that salt and pepper sit on there, the more.
You've got a shout out here from Angela Ewing saying she loves working for you.
That's my girl. What's up, Ange? All right, so we're gonna keep moving, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the herb vinaigrette. So herb vinaigrette, simple. This is actually one of the vinaigrettes that one of my friends who are actually on here, my boy Eric Simmons. What up, Chuck? He showed me this many moons ago, 20 years ago, when we were first starting out as young bucks in this game. So it's a simple vinaigrette. Please don't let herbs scare you. A lot of times, like what I hear when I talk to guests or when I talk to people in their homes and I'm doing dinners in their homes, that they're afraid of herbs because they don't really know what to do with them, and you can only buy so much. You know what I mean? But there's so many different things that you can do with herbs. You know, here at the restaurant, we throw away nothing. You know, the parsley stems, they go in our brines. They go in our vegetable ash. We take them, we burn them in the oven and turn them into vegetable ash. Again, like I said, we put them in some of our marinades. We make stuffings out of them as well. So the whole herb should always be used no matter what. I know there's that whole old adage, you know what I mean, stems are bad, you know what I mean, in cooking. No stems, no seeds. But in this case, stems are good. For those of you who know. All right. So we're gonna take rosemary, chives, flat leaf parsley. All right. So what we're going to do with these, and this is Italian flat leaf parsley, available everywhere. You can get it anywhere. And all we're going to do is we're going to take a couple pieces of these, of the parsley. Okay. We don't want to get too crazy stemmy, but you want to take pluches. These are pluches. Pluches are just the leaves of the parsley. Again, we don't want too many stems in this portion of it. And you're going to get, you won't need that many, because a lot of parsley goes a long way. But you'll need a good handful, probably, I'd say 15 pluches.
Chef, while you're doing that, I want to take a quick peek. Our friend Bobby Kramer over at Brickyard, I think the boys in the kitchen, I just saw them working on some stuff. Let me see if we can't pop them in.
Nice.
And Bobby, you with us? You're muted.
Not anymore. I'm not.
There you are. Hey, I'm gonna show Chef what the gang is doing in the kitchen there. So, tell us what's going on over there.
How's it going? What are you guys making? Parsley.
Just shredding up some parsley. I'm seeing the salad coming together though. Look at that, Chef.
Oh, there it is. Good looking, boys.
There you go. Nice.
All right. All right.
We definitely got to come back to you guys and see what the salmon's looking like in a bit.
All right. Quick tip.
Yes, sir.
All right. So when you're cutting herbs at home, especially parsley, when you do it, you just don't want to rough cut it up, because especially with if your knife isn't as sharp as it should be, and that's totally okay. You'll bruise it, and you're going to leave a lot more green on the board. So what the only thing you want to do is you want to take your parsley and basil. You can do mint. You can do all your flat herbs. You sorrel. You can do as well, and you want to stack them. Just take them all and just stack them up like that.
Can you show us a little bit closer on the camera on your left there?
So yeah, you just want to stack them just like that. So they're all just kind of stacked together like that. I worked at a restaurant where we had to cut all of our herbs like this. We had to cut all of our herbs half an hour before service. So you didn't do that, you know what I mean? Then you have a good control of them. And you just take your knife, and then just all I want you guys to do is a little bit of a fine julienne on this.
And are you cutting? Is that just the parsley right now?
This is just the parsley. This is just parsley.
Just the parsley. Brett was asking.
Yeah, you want to turn this parsley into grass. All right, just like that. One pass through, and you're gonna be left with blades of grass. If you can't see it a little closer, a little bit of blades of grass. That's all you want.
There was a question that came in a bit ago I may have missed. Caitlin was asking, what do you use vegetable ash for?
We use vegetable ash for a bunch of things. We use it to garnish plates. We make doughs out of it. We cook vegetables in it. We take the vegetable after we cook it in. We actually cure a lot of fish in it as well. We use this so much. I mean, here in the restaurant, we use it for a lot of stuff. If you know me and you know the restaurant, you've been in the restaurant, you've seen us use vegetable ash. We keep vegetable ash here by the 4 quarters. So again, like I said, nothing goes to waste. There's every single piece of product. None of it needs to go in the trash. Onion skins, everyone just simply always throws away. Those are great for brines. Those are great for marinades. Again, they make very great vegetable ash. You can actually use, if you make cheese at home, you can actually take those and actually cure cheese in it as well. So, it all has a purpose and a use. You know what I mean? No waste, right? Zero waste.
Love it.
All right, so let's get our chives. We'll take our chives here, and all we're gonna do with the chives, again, we're not gonna get real fancy. We're not gonna get real restaurant. We're just gonna go what's known as a baton, which is like a half an inch to a quarter of an inch cut on your chives.
So that's a half inch to a quarter inch cut on the chive?
Yeah. And again, remember, it is an onion. So again, those with who aren't cool with onions or who don't like onion, use a little, use a lot. It's totally up to you. Again, it is an onion. It's a soft herb, but it's up to you. Rosemary, take half of your rosemary sprig. Come straight down. Boom. You only want to use half of that. Okay, rosemary's a little strong. All right. Bowl. We're gonna put all this in a bowl. We're gonna take our lemon. We're gonna go heads and tails.
I'm gonna pop our friend Brett back in here since he's following along and cooking. And just as we're going along, Brett, feel free to ask a question since we're in your kitchen.
Because Chef's a little quicker than I am. So we got the chives and the herbs so far in the bowl.
Yeah.
And, okay. And then the rosemary is just a half of a sprig, not chopped up.
Yeah, not chopped up. Leave that guy whole.
Okay. So
all your herbs are in there. We went heads and tails and cut our lemon. We're gonna keep our lemon there. We're gonna take our chili flake, our red pepper flake, and we're gonna take a good pinch, add it to it. We're gonna go pepper. We're gonna go a decent sized pinch of salt.
Sorry, Chef. What did you do with the lemon?
The lemon, I just went heads and tails. So basically, I just took the cheeks off. So just take all the cheeks off. You're gonna end up with 4 cheeks, and you'll have the centerpiece whole. In the restaurant, we call that heads and tails and cheeks. So for all of you on the recipe, it says lemon zest. My cooks took my microplane, so I don't have it. So take your lemons and just zest them, and add use the zest of half of the lemon and add it to your herb mix, and then take the leftover cheeks and then squeeze that lemon juice in here.
What is that?
Oh, do we have a zester?
Just use that little knife. I can do. We do, but
I hear Brett panicking about whether or not he has a zester.
I don't think we have a. I don't think we have a zester.
Again, if you don't have a microplane or a zester, don't worry about it. It's just cooking. It's just cooking.
Improvise, Brett. I believe in you.
So all of that's in there. We're gonna move. We're gonna move to our garlic. So this is gonna be a little tricky. So what we're gonna take your garlic clove, one garlic clove right here, and you're gonna cut across the equator, end it with 2 pieces. All right, and then you're gonna take your knife. You're gonna make cuts in it as fine as you can possibly do. I hear a lot of banging of knives. All right, so you get them cut like that, and then you're gonna come back across, and now you're just gonna mince it up. So for all those out there who thought in the restaurant we just went ahead and banged out garlic and just minced it up all crazy, we don't do that. That's kind of a cool way how we do it in the restaurant.
Hey, Brett, just to make you feel a little bit better, Caitlin said, don't panic. She added the herbs to the salad instead of using them for the vinaigrette, and she's now picking them out.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. You're fine. You're totally fine.
Just leave them in there?
Leave them in there. Leave them in there. You're totally fine.
Okay.
She's compounding the taste.
Totally fine. Don't worry about it. You're totally fine.
You heard the chef, Caitlin. You'll be okay.
You'll be okay. You're just going to make it in the bowl. All right. Olive oil time. So we got our herbs. We got our garlic. We got our chili flake. We got our lemon juice zest. We got our lemon juice as well. We're going to take olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. And this is going to be our little vinaigrette. This is what's known as a broken vinaigrette.
Chris McBeth says that you should use the stubble on your chin, Brett, to zest your lemons.
My guy, Chris.
He's a good dude.
He's a good dude. All right, so then, and you're gonna want to add, quite a bit of olive oil to that. Let's take our top off on this bottle.
Oh, chef, poor Caitlin. She's panicking.
Caitlin, don't panic. Caitlin, where you at?
I don't know if you saw these comments. Send help.
Caitlin, come back. Where you at? What's going on?
She said, I need an adult.
I need an adult to help. You're okay. It's okay. It's okay, boo-boo. It's okay. Again, so your vinaigrette, it's going to look tighter than what you would traditionally see or know a vinaigrette to be. But trust, this is a vinaigrette. It's, again, like I say, it's what's known as a broken vinaigrette. All right. So we're going to make that.
Real quick, Chef, people are catching up, so I want to just pause for a second and regroup. Chris is following along, and he's catching up as well. Nina says, can you please repeat the seasoning for the herb vinaigrette
Besides what?
Besides the zest.
Besides the zest, it was just a little bit of red pepper flake, salt, and pepper.
And I'm going to throw that up for everyone to see in the comments as well. So just red pepper flake, salt, and pepper, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Sweet.
There you go, Nina. Red pepper flake, salt, and pepper. Those were your other seasonings for the vinaigrette. What's our next step here, Chef?
So just everyone just kind of give their salad in the bowl a quick toss. Again, we want those juices to come out to rehydrate that bread. So you always want to go back and make sure that you're tossing that. All right, we're gonna now it's time to cook our fish. So your fish is now seasoned. It's been sitting for a minute. It's been resting for a minute. It's good to go. So what you want to do is you want to take a pan. I have a nonstick. You don't have to use a nonstick. You can use cast iron. You can use stainless steel. You can use whatever you like. We all have our different preferences. But again, we are going to be cooking the fish with the skin on. Okay, everyone. The most important part of the fish is the skin. Eat it. All my Arizonans, I know you all don't like the fish skin. Eat it. All the essential oils, all the nutrients, all the good stuff is in that skin. And yes, I know there's a lot of omega-3s in the salmon itself and the fat itself, but there's so much more also in the skin itself. So we're going to use that.
Brett, do you have a fish over there at your house?
What's that?
Do you have a skin-on fish over there at your house?
No, we were unable to get fresh salmon, so we had
911
frozen stuff.
I'm looking back. What we got in the comments? Caitlin, 911 phone. Do not have
911. 911. Caitlin, what are you doing? What are you doing? All right. So your pan has been on medium heat now, 2-3 minutes. Take some olive oil. Add to your pan, and you're looking for just you sort of thin layer, very, very thin layer of oil. Not too much. Not too much. Again, you know, the salad it's light, it's fresh, it's refreshing. You know what I mean? It's everything for the time we're now. So we don't want to add a bunch of fat to it.
And we're letting that oil heat up for about 2 to 3 minutes on medium heat, you said?
Yes, correct.
Okay. I'll throw that in the comments here for everyone to see. So let the a nice thin layer of olive oil heat up for about 2 to 3 minutes on a medium heat.
Absolutely. All right, so my pan has been going. My fish has been seasoned. So anytime you lay fish in the pan or any kind of meat or protein, you always want to make sure that you lay it away from you. So we're going to go skin side down, lay it away from you. Okay? Put it in the pan. You're going to hear it sizzle. It'll naturally contract and tighten up. That's normal. Don't freak out. It's going to sizzle. Again, that's all normal. And what I do, and what someone told me a long time ago, is like when you do scallops, you want to take it and spin it.
And that's skin side up, Chef?
That is skin side down. We're crisping the skin up.
Inside down.
So, guys, breaking news: Caitlin is going to be okay because she left the skin on.
There it is.
We're good. Whew. What a nonstop thrill ride this has been.
Roller coaster.
A few people catching up real quick. Andreas is asking, he says, I think I missed the sherry vinegar step, Chef. Is that going in the herb salad?
The sherry vinegar is actually going to go in the finished panzanella. We have not added the sherry yet.
So hang tight. We haven't gotten to the sherry. Perfect. I think everyone's jumping the gun. They've got questions about olive oil and vinegar going together. We're not there yet, right? Did I lose you, Chef?
I don't know what happened.
I don't know. I hear you now.
I can't hear anybody. I love you guys.
Your headphones probably died. We can hear you. Brett, how are you looking over there?
I'm doing all right. No, unfortunately, we can't hear Chef.
Bad IT battle.
I put in the private chat. I don't know what the chef does to get a cat out of the way of the range because I've got that issue going on right now. She's taking a nap in front of it.
Well,
what's going on?
I will send him a message here saying we can hear you, Chef. Headphones died.
I don't know. I don't know what happened. I can't hear you either.
We can hear you. Hang tight, guys. We'll work. Subtitles.
Why can't I turn this on? Got no volume.
Let me see if we can't work this out with Chef. And in the meantime, we will go back to Brett cooking. Ledford, chat with us for a few minutes. I'm going to pop away and see if I can't ring Chef and chat with him and figure this out.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
But it's a good time to ask everybody. 40. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Whatever you just did, do it again. I heard you there.
We didn't do anything.
I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Oh,
We
we're
did
good.
nothing.
Yeah, we're good.
I don't know what's going on, but something just
Go
happened.
for it. Go.
Caitlin, don't call 911
All
again.
right, so I'm gonna talk louder. If you can't hear me, just you can't hear me.
You're good, man. We can
All
hear
right,
you just
cool.
fine.
So fish is still in the pan. All you can see, just cooking, moving along. You see, it's not sticking. It should not stick at all. While that fish is cooking, what we're gonna do? We're gonna finish our salad now. This is when it gets fun. You're gonna take your bread salad. You're gonna toss it. You're gonna spoon. You're gonna toss the coat. Should be like a little bit of juice there. The longer you let it sit, the better it'll be. So I'm gonna toss it a few times, and now we're gonna take our sherry vinegar, and we're just gonna drizzle about. Give yourself a 3 count. I know there's a lot of bartenders out there. They know what a 3 count is. And just toss it. We're gonna go one more season again. Of salt and pepper. Don't worry about your fish. Don't check on it. It's doing its thing. It's just hanging out. Don't worry about it. We're gonna take our herb vinaigrette, the one we just made.
And now
we're gonna literally just take the entire thing.
This is the drizzle cam, as we've called it, Chef. The drizzle cam.
I know this seems crazy, but trust me. And you're just coating it. All you want to do this thing is to coat. Continue to coat. The more you toss it, the better. And again, the longer you let this sit, the better.
Is there an ideal amount of time?
So we're like 7-8 tosses in that. I still can't hear everybody. I hope everyone's having a good time. We're gonna take our basil and our mint. And you're gonna take, I don't know, 4 or 5 pieces of mint. And again, you're just gonna take your hands and just tear it. Just tear it in bite-sized small pieces. You're gonna take 6 pieces of basil and do the exact same thing. Just tear it in there. Again, it's a rustic salad. Don't worry about what it looks like. It'll be all good. So sorry about the technical difficulties. I wish I could hear you all, but it's life. Stay la vie.
You're fine, man. You're fine. This is good.
Give it a toss again. Now your salad should look like something like that. Again, if you want to add a little bit more olive oil, you can add a little bit more olive oil. And again, it's cooking. You know what I mean? Cooking is fun. It's subjective. It's what you kind of want it to be, in the sense that, you know what I mean? Yes, there are wrong ways and there are right ways to do a lot of things. But again, there's a lot more room for error than there is, say, baking. Well, baking is a science. All right, so then what you want to do is make sure your seasoning is on point. Just go ahead and taste one of your pieces of bread. Your bread will let you know where you're at. Fire. I'm on point. We're good.
Hey, Chef, we're going to try an experiment. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hey, all right.
Hey.
Good stuff. We wanted, there was a request to tilt the bowl back towards that cam so they could see a little bit clearer. One more time. Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Cool. All right, we're going to go back to our fish right now. Check our fish. So I like my salmon mid-rare to medium, depending on which type of salmon it is. More than not, mid-rare. If you prefer fully cooked, there's no problem with that. You're good to go. So you're going to take your salmon now. What you want to do, you just give a little check and flip. Just like that. Like I put it, run your finger down it. You'll feel right now, the skin is very, very, very crispy. Now I'm going to go for a 7 count off of the heat. Now that 7 count will give you a piece of rare salmon. All right. Now, obviously, if you want to double that and you want to make a mid-rare salmon, just put it back on the burner and then go for another salmon, 7 count, and you will have your mid-rare salmon.
Man, don't share too many secrets now. That's some serious knowledge right now.
Knowledge is power, brother. Knowledge is power. All right, so we're at our 7 count. So that remaining, I know some of you probably asking, what are you going to do with that remaining piece of, the center of the lemon, outside of making, gin and tonic or some drinks or whatever you want to add to it. But we're going to take it, we're going to squeeze it right over your fish. Be careful, it will pop. Now, what does that acid do? That acid will cut the fat. You won't taste the olive oil. You're just going to taste the salmon. And now, we're going to plate it up. So we're just going to plate it, put your salmon down. Feel free to cut it if you like. If you want to share. Like that, as you can see.
Adam Ledford, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
So Chef cannot hear me, which is okay. Once he's done plating, we'll have him leave and rejoin. But
so when you one of the cool things about when you're plating, everyone always asks about plates and how does chefs do what they do and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? It's pretty fun. We all taught that negative space was bad on a plate. It was the wrong thing. We shouldn't be doing that. But I mean, that looks pretty damn good. Yeah,
that looks pretty damn good indeed, Chef.
Yeah, so there you have it. It's a simple, fun, elegant, kind of like, light dinner, lunch. This is lunch, this is brunch, this is all those fun things. And enjoy. I hope you all enjoy it. You'll catch something like this actually on the new menu when we open up, when we reopen.
I love it. Hey, Adam, before we lose him, I don't know if Chef can hear me right now, but if you want to relay to him to just leave and rejoin on his
Chris, I got you, buddy. Can you hear me? So what I said was, it's a light, fun salad for brunch. It could be, or a light dinner or a lunch. It's a great accompaniment. It will definitely be on the Larder menu when we reopen.
Hey, Chef, one thing earlier that I wanted to ask you about, you touched on how important it was to have a really sharp knife for when you were preparing your herbs so that they didn't crush and bruise.
Yeah.
What are your top tips for a home chef to be able to keep their cutlery in serviceable condition?
Rule one. I'm going to get close here. I'm so sorry, but sorry.
No, it's good. You're a pretty man. Don't deny yourself.
Rule one. Don't just, I've seen it, I've done it, coming up. Don't just throw your knives in the drawer and say, forget about it. Everyone has that knife drawer. They throw their knives in the drawer. Invest 50 to $100 in a knife and a good knife block, and store your knives like that. Treat your knives, as if you care about them. You know what I mean? Because again, a sharp knife will change every single thing you do in the kitchen. You know what I mean? From whether it be cutting herbs, cutting fish, cutting meat, cutting vegetables. A dull knife will bruise it, and it causes, when you bruise fruits and vegetables, it causes all the essential oils to break down much faster and escape the product much faster. And it'll bleed out on your cutting board, and it'll cause the flavors to be muted. So a sharp knife is key, is keeping those flavors fresh and bright.
Cool. Thank you so much, Chef. We're going to ask you. I'm going to go back to the co-host for a second, but we're going to ask you to cancel out for a second and then just rejoin us in a new page, and we should get all the. You'll be able to hear all the hosts again.
So cancel out.
Yeah. So go ahead and just close this window, come back in, and then we'll bring you back in because a lot of folks have questions for you.
Cool.
All right. Thanks so much, Chef.
Later, y'all.
We'll see him in a second here. We've still got our secondary chef cam, which you guys can all see, right?
Yeah, you're fine.
Awesome. Brett, how are things looking over there on your end? And guys, don't forget the tag is Beat the Boredom AZ. Tag it. We'll start pulling up some pictures and putting them up as well. I'll put that in the comments.
So the salad turned out quite nicely. The defrosted salmon looks not as nice as the skin-on salmon, but I still think it's turned out pretty decent.
That looks pretty good, man.
It looks fine. Don't sell yourself short.
So I'm pretty psyched to eat it, actually.
Yeah, let's see here. Chef is rejoining here momentarily. Should have him back any second. I see the Brickyard gang was cooking, but I lost their camera. We still have our dear friend Earl Watford just watching this from like the corner of a screen. Earl, what's going on, buddy?
How you guys doing?
You getting hungry over there? You making salmon tonight or what?
I got some food to go.
Oh, all right.
I might still do that though. I might make some tacos or something.
I might have to go over for tacos after I have the salmon too.
What's up?
Hey, what's going on? You gonna make us a cocktail there, Bobby, or what?
Sure, I can make a cocktail.
Nice cocktail to pair with some salmon.
Yeah, I want to know what Bobby Bricks is going to do with the center of a lemon.
You too. Hang on a second, guys. Check this out.
What are you going to do with the center of a lemon here? Oh my! Oh my!
Just did some serious plating.
Multi-dimensional cuisine here.
I love it. It looks pretty good, guys. Well done. Was there only one plate getting made, or are we judging between two? Because if there's more than one, I want to see them.
It's just the one.
All right. Well done, gentlemen. Well done. Somebody go get that phone.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man.
Earl, what'd you get to go from there, buddy?
I got the mac and cheese, of course, calamari, and roasted cauliflower, and dessert. Nice. Churros and cheesecake.
Oh, churros and cheesecake?
Yeah, I can't.
Here's Chef. We've got him back. When you grab your food there, I got to see how much food you're taking home there, Earl, before you go. But Chef, can you hear us now?
I got you.
All right.
You got everybody. Awesome. Hey, Bobby is going to make a cocktail here with us live in a minute to pair with this lovely meal.
Nice.
So he's getting prepped for that right now. And in the meantime, it looks like comment-wise, I don't see anybody freaking out.
Judge my frozen salmon.
Let's see.
What's with the whole piece of rosemary, Doc?
Well, I got a little. I'm just gonna put it on the side as a little garnish.
You can't eat it. It's not edible. It doesn't need to be on the plate.
You gotta listen to Chef, Brett.
Get it out of
It's
here.
not edible. Why is it there?
You're just putting it there. You can't eat.
I'm sorry. There's a chef things you can't do.
You got no skin on the salmon. You put rosemary on the plate.
I mean,
Brett.
Hey, you know what? The salmon was always in the freezer, so I feel best it was gonna.
Yeah. I fully agree. If it was in the freezer, I probably would have pulled the skin off too, because the skin's probably ruined.
Oh, there wasn't even skin on it, so
Oh, damn.
it freezer without skin. So
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, then you're good. Everything else, look, the plating was good.
well, thank you.
Yeah,
Except for that rosemary sprig.
Yeah,
You
rosemary.
missed the plating over at the Brickyard. The
Uh-oh.
chips there. You just missed it. We showed everyone right before you logged in, but
Damn
we'll see
it.
if maybe we can get another shot of it.
Yeah, bring it back.
Bring it.
Hey, Yusuf, I'm gonna go on mute so I can eat.
Sure. Yeah, just go hang it in the back, and we'll find you.
You know,
Soon.
to be fair for Brett, I was hanging him out to dry for a second, but honestly, like using stuff in the freezer is the same kind of ethos as use every part of the vegetable. You know, I mean, like I'd rather somebody use what they had on hand than like go buy something that they had in redundancy. You know, so salute to you, Brett. You did good.
There it is. He did good. True story. I mean, like, it's funny, you know, in my house, you know, the wife and my mom and everyone, even friends that come in, they're looking at my refrigerator, they're like, your refrigerator is full of stuff, but it's like full of like ingredients. I'm like, wait, you can make something in there. You just gotta, you know, go for it. You know what I mean? There's always something in there to do, man. Like we all have leftovers. We all have crazy stuff that we accumulate. There's stuff in there, man.
Hey, Chris said the salad is the bomb. Can I say that on air? Chris, there's a little thing called privilege. You can say it. My Middle Eastern ass cannot say bomb. I can't anywhere.
That's right. Come on, can't even do it. Can't do
it. Sorry. You can definitely send me photos, Chris. You have my email, my phone number. I'm pretty sure you have my address. You could even snail mail it. You know. So I'll try and put them up as I get them in my email.
What's up, man?
I just want to say one thing. So I had used what was in the freezer. I heard what you're saying, Adam. I appreciate it. But I get bonus points for all my own fresh grown herbs and tomatoes from my own garden.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
For sure.
I just had to flex on that for a second.
Cassandra is asking, she came on late. Is the salad recipe going to be available? So all the ingredients are posted. And Cassandra, as soon as we're live stream, you'll be able to rewatch this, fast forward right up to the salad. You can see all of that happen. Is that the oven going off or something?
No, somebody texted me.
Amy says, thank you, chef. They might finish the meal before the cocktail.
Before we get to the cocktail, Amy.
Which begs the question, at almost an hour in, as we're coming into the close of the show, most people have probably finished their first drink. Just drink it.
I think we're ready for the second drink.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'm still ordering first.
And Bobby, I see that you're ready. Just give me a thumbs up when you are prepped and ready to go. We'll be joining Bobby Bricks, our resident cocktail correspondent, as we have dubbed him, live, teaching us how to make a cocktail. So tell us what you're drinking if you open something else. And if you have any questions at all for Chef Stephen Jones, he is here at your disposal. And again, thank you for sharing your time with us today. It's a pleasure and it's an honor to be able to have chefs on this show, showing us what they do in their kitchen, talking us through things, and just hanging out. So
anytime. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Oh, nice. Tracy says, best salmon I've made to date. Oh, wait. Thank you.
Geez. There we go.
There you go. Best salmon I made to date. Thanks for the pro tips.
Anytime.
I got pictures coming in, by the way. So
it's just, yeah, I love the pictures. Send pictures.
I'm going to put those up here in about 2 minutes.
Please send pictures.
So what we'll do next week for all our viewers is we'll have an email address set up so that you can email all your photos of any of the live cooking plates or anything you want to send us, BPG or better, and we'll splash them up at the end of the show.
Absolutely. I think it's a great idea, and that's the best way to do it for sure. I'm also going to go ahead and scrub through the hashtag and see if anybody's tagged anything on the hashtag yet. So I've got your pictures, Chris Macbeth. They are coming. Bobby Bricks, I see that you are almost ready to make us a cocktail. There's a double thumbs up. Bobby, I'm going to pull you on. Chef, hang tight with us. Let's see what Bobby's making. Brett, how's your food tasting over there?
Delicious.
Good. Go eat. Bobby Bricks.
What's up, guys?
What's up, man? What are we having? I'm going to put
Bobby Bricks behind the bar. Come on, man. It doesn't get any better than that.
I know.
I mean, when I think of fish and when I think of these really light, elegant, summery dishes, I'm a boozy guy and I enjoy, martinis, anything bitter, anything where you really taste the alcohol. So for me personally, I think what would go great with this dish would be something to really clean the palate, nice, refreshing, a little bit of lemon zest. So when you go back in, it's just as fresh as before. So that just screams Vesper to me. And for those of you that don't know, Vesper is James Bond's martini. So from the novel Casino Royale by Ian Patrick Fleming in I believe 50s, it might have been 40s, literally calls for it's going to be 2 parts gin to 1 part vodka and just a splash of Lillet Kefir, which is going to be Lillet Blanc for those of you that have it. Really nice, really aromatic, beautiful aperitif vermouth. So we're going to make it something simple. Again, this is something that you don't have to have any prep done as long as you have, honestly, an aperitif vermouth. Like some of you have Lillet lying around the house. If you want to substitute dry vermouth, you can. It just won't be quite as aromatic and light, but you'll still get some of that lemon zest, which should go great with this dish. So again,
I want to just make sure I put this up for everybody to see. So it's 2 parts gin, 1 part vodka, and a splash of Lillet, or any aperitif vermouth could be subbed in, right?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Awesome. Cool. Take it away, my friend.
So this one, really cool. So we're going to start with our gin. For this one, I want to go light, refreshing, and citrusy. So I'm going with Tanqueray 10 right here. Uses fresh citrus peels, whole peels with it. So I'm going to do 1.5 ounces of this guy. And then I'm going to do half the amount of vodka. And I want to kind of match the quality of the gin with the good quality vodka as well. So I'm going to go 3/4. So I did 1.5 ounces of this. I'm going to cut that in half. Go 3/4 of my vodka. And then I'm going to go 1/2 ounce of an aperitif vermouth. Again, Lillet. The Blanc is going to be traditional. Right now I'm using Cocchi Americano. Beautiful Italian-style aperitif. It does have to be a white vermouth and aromatic as well, okay? So again, I'm doing 1.5 gin, 3/4 vodka, and then just 1/2 ounce of aperitif. And for those of you that know James Bond, we know it's shaken, not stirred. So, I'm gonna shake this bad boy. Adam's favorite part.
Adam, you enjoying this?
I mean, I'm just lost in all of this. It's just so beautiful.
Brett's just chewing in the background, but I think that this might be a full sensory overload for Brett, being able to stare at Bobby making a cocktail and eat salmon. Brett, you good over there, buddy?
On mute. I was verklempt for a second there.
So again, with all our shaken cocktails, I like to double strain it. Really keeps nothing from you and your cocktail. Use a chilled martini glass, coupe glass, just something to serve it up. And if you can see, like, I'm just catching all the ice chips there. So it's a really clean cocktail. That's what we're going for. This one classically has lemon zest over the top. So we're just going to take a lemon peel and just zest it over the top. And there's several different garnishes you can do. You can manicure your peel and do a little twist, hanging off the side, not like that, or drop it in. Or you can make kind of a diamond, cut a little sliver inside, and just kind of hang it off the side. That's one of my preferred garnishes. So when you're drinking it, you can cheers, and it's still just hanging there, so you get the aromatics.
Well, salud, sir. Thank you.
Guys. Yeah.
Hey, I want to pop in some photos real quick, and also now I'm dying for a Vesper because I just had flashbacks. I don't know if Earl has already left you, by the way, but Vesper Bar at the Cosmo in Vegas. I've definitely forgotten getting there and leaving there more than once. But a Vesper right now. I got some sent in. Chris Macbeth sent us that beautiful.
There you go, bud.
And also some fantastic plating. Look at that.
Look at that. Send the plate plating like that.
Yep. And then Caitlin did send her prep before she started to me.
What happened, Caitlin?
Caitlin said it looked good. I looked back at the comments, and I believe Caitlin is actually making some to bring over to me. She did say that it turned out really good.
All
so
right.
here it is. She said, prepare for dinner. This turned out great. So thanks, Caitlin.
There it is.
For sure.
Everything looks so good tonight.
Everything looks really good. What do we got? Hold on. Brett is opening up his next drink, by the way. I want to bring him in real quick. Are you having that Vesper? You're going to tease me by drinking that Vesper on camera right now, Earl? You son of a...
Well played, sir.
Perfection.
Hurts my feelings. Brett Berry, what did you open up?
So to go along with Bobby's cocktail, trying to keep it fresh and light and citrusy, I opened a Mandarini Las Frescas, which is going lovely with the salad.
Oh, nice.
I need one of those. I need one of those too. I think I'm thirsty. That's all it is.
I'm thirsty.
It's too much. That's the problem with fasting all day, right? So, Chef, anything you want to add? I know this was an absolute blast to have you on. Hopefully you had fun cooking for us. And
I had a great time. Thanks for having me on.
Anytime. You are.
Cheers to everyone.
We will definitely do an end of show toast here momentarily. I want to make sure we didn't miss anything in the comments. So, guys, if you saw anything that I didn't, let me know. Danielle says cheers. And, Caitlin, you sent me a final picture. You get to see Caitlin's final product, Chef.
I want to see it.
I'm going to make that happen.
Call 911.
Right? Call 911.
Wait, Yusuf's going to be eating later? Is this how this works?
You get to see what I'm eating later, supposedly, yes.
You get to judge your future meal before it happens. Nice.
It's true. I'll be grateful regardless.
We got some plating over here.
Oh, some plating? Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's center of the plate. What is all that on top?
Check you guys out. Say what's up.
Hold on.
Hey, thanks for bagging up all that stuff for everyone too, guys.
Fellas, yeah, definitely. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, fellas. Thank you.
Stop throwing stuff.
Nice.
I mean, I'm curious too, Chef. I want to know what they threw on.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I have no clue what that is on top. It looks like
but if you do want to see these products, it comes complete with a puppy.
That's Chris, right?
No, my friend Caitlin, the one we were going to call 911 about for some help, apparently. I think it came out all right, Caitlin. It
looks good.
Looks good.
It's great.
I love it. I'm excited.
Enjoy.
Yeah, man. Adam Ledford, I'm going to pop you back in here. And if no one has any more questions for Chef,
I have one comment, Chef. There's a problem with my meal. It's gone.
It's gone. And it seems to be a common theme.
It's delicious.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it, brother.
I'm so sad that this is the night that I didn't get my ingredients together ahead of time.
It's kind of a bummer.
Afterwards. I'm doing it afterwards. That looks so good. I can't stand it.
And I tell you what, I love that salad. Easy to make and super good.
It's bright. It's clean. It's perfect. Eat it all summer. You know what you do? Take stone fruit, grill it, chill it, and then cut it up, and then do the same thing. Ooh. So substitute stone fruit for tomatoes.
Okay.
Even if you want, you can add fennel to it, like some shaved fennel, or you can char some radicchio. You can add burrata to it or mozzarella. No, it's endless. It's endless.
I want to smoke some peaches and add it to it.
So in the restaurant in the summer, what we do, cornbread croutons. So we make cornbread, cube them up, and then dehydrate them, and then we add the charred stone fruit, apple cider vinegar, cinnamon, and a little bit of our vegetable ash. Insane.
It's fun when you're speaking, Chef. I can see Adam Ledford's soul.
Insane. It's
I grew up in the South. I grew up in Georgia and North Carolina, and you can ask Brett. Oh, I had it the first time. You can ask Brett. We went to Larder and Delta, and I told him immediately. I was like, "This is taking me back all the way. This is exactly the best kind of experiences that I ever had. You like a great restaurant like where you can see and smell everything that's happening in real time. It just that's how I grew up, and like you know, it's like I lived in the kitchen, and so to be able to kind of bring your kitchen into the main is just an amazing thing, and of course the food is to die for. So.
Yeah, that's so you know how you put it. That's literally I mean like what I'm trying to do and what we want to do here. You know what I mean? It's just food that we grew up eating. You know what I mean? That I grew up eating and we're having a good time doing it. So and having fun.
Heck yeah.
Hey Brett, where's your mascot, buddy? I got mine.
Mascot?
My hands are full. I couldn't switch to your camera.
He was laying in front of the oven when I was trying to cook the fish and sleeping for some reason, which was just an added challenge.
Oh, if I was cooking fish and trying to do it at the same time, Kat, I guarantee you that like you would have heard screaming from claws climbing up my shoulder. 100%. For sure. Caitlin did say, by the way, this salad is into her recipe rotation, so thank you, chef.
Yes. Getting them one at a time. We'll do it.
I love it. Christina Martirana says, thank you again. Of course, thank you, fellas.
Thank you all.
Christina from
hey, Yusuf, run the hashtag again so anybody who's watching this not live can know where to post the photos up on Facebook and other social media.
Yep, and tag our page as well, please. And you know what? While we are wrapping this up, I will go look and see if we had anything thrown into the hashtag early before we go. So, did anyone switch to another drink? Chef, you still sipping on that giant can of rosé?
No, I switched to a different rosé. So,
what do you got?
Still keeping it rosé. Yeah, I went to a Spanish rosé.
Nice, good choice.
We're gonna spend some time outside, and it's nice and hot. So I went to cider, do an original sin, the Macintosh, like the hazy press thing that they did. It's real good.
Have you had their Black Widow?
Oh, dude. Okay, so short story. When I was still buying for the bar, I had a friend who was a rep for the company that was bringing in Original Sin, and I had it, 10 years prior, and it was all the pinup devil girls and everything on the labels and everything, and it was fine. It was just fine. And then so my buddy was like, "Oh, can you please sample this cider?" And I was like, well, "Okay, fine. I'll do a pity sampling for you." And he brought in that Black Widow, and I was like, "Holy shit! Like, where did this come from? This is not anything that I remember about this company." And it's been something that's kind of stayed in the fridge ever since. I think it's just fabulous. I mean, we still support local. We still do a lot of cider core and stuff, but I absolutely dig it. Ooh, what do we got going on here?
So this is a hodgepodge of all the Beat the Boredom stuff, obviously, for the last few weeks. But Trish just posted this a few minutes ago.
Get it, girl.
And I believe this is her post as well. No, this is someone else. So we got this is Andreas.
Nice.
Turn the pan down a little bit, buddy.
Got to turn the pan down a little bit. A little too much.
A little too much. Sure.
Still looks delicious.
Still great. Still look great.
Still looks good. I'll post some more of these as we get them in. Some of these are from previous episodes, but don't forget, guys, we do go through and see these and repost them, and I'm sure Chef would love seeing your work and seeing what you made in the kitchen. So post them up there, and we'll make sure that he gets a chance to look at them, and we'll post them as well.
Yeah. To your question, hell no, this is not going to be the last one. On these as long into the foreseeable future as we can go, man.
With people going back to work, that doesn't mean that you're not going to want to still have the ability to have a night where you get to A, make a meal at home, and B, interact with a person like Chef Stephen Jones directly and speak to them as they walk you through making a meal.
We're going to do it again.
Exactly. And Chef Stephen and I were talking about this earlier. This is not going to be the last time. He's going to come up.
I'm down.
Chef, we're doing hot chicken, right?
No. No.
We're going to keep trying.
I told you.
You'll be able to get hot chicken soon at a very big location.
All right.
So, apparently we're going to have a new hot chicken place is what that sounds like.
Dude, we had that before Real Wild and Woody, and we did the brunch with Bloody Marys, and oh my God, that was out of this world. So I'm ready. I'm ready for more. My body is ready.
Damn hot chicken.
And Jeff, I'm glad you're happy to hear that. Yes, it is good news for all of us. There's no way this show's not going to stop. The whole concept, like I've told you about Social Distance Drinking Club, is it's not about social distancing. It's about being social with people who may be a distance away. They could be in a different city, a different state, or you get to be 50 of you join us today from your own home, but you got to be in the kitchen with Chef Stephen Jones. We can't take 50 people in there to cook with Chef at once, but you can do it here. So,
yeah, have a good time.
Absolutely. So thank you guys for watching. Chef, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll do our usual wrap-up toast. So Bobby, Earl, Adam Green, Brett, and to all of you out there, I am empty-hand toasting you guys right now, but we'll all meet in the corner here somewhere.
Cheers, fellas.
Thank you guys so much for being a part of this episode 3 of Beat the Boredom. Chef, hang tight when we go off the air. We just do a quick wrap-up. But guys, thank you for joining us. Our next episode is Sunday at 1:30, the Sunday Day Drink. We'll see you then.